Today I'm going to talk to you about something that I think a lot of people gloss over as an artist, and that is the scratch track. And this is one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people struggle with, and something that I would feel is foundational to your song. So the scratch track is something that you build everything around. This is you recording one instrument, whether it's piano or guitar, electric guitar, whatever it is, recording it to a click track and really nailing that timing down. That way you, your bandmates, or even, hired studio musicians, whoever, a producer, come in and are able to overdub over it, know where they are in the song, and also be able to really stay on tempo. So this really glues everything together. Today I'm going to show you an example of something I'm working on, and I'm going to work through the scratch track with you and show you just different tips that I have that have helped me through recording different artists and recording my own music, and things that I've really felt have helped me with the metronome, as that can be something that can be kind of scary. Before we dive into that, my name is Ethan and I'm from Rec Room Recording, and we post a lot of videos regarding recording and songwriting to our channel. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And also, if you want more information on our studio or who we are, you can check out our website at recroomrecording.com. So with that, let's dive in and get recording. The song that I'm working on today is a request from a music supervisor. We were talking over Zoom, and he has a project where he really needs kind of a big song that builds for a big montage moment, and he really wants the bigger part, or the hook, memorable part of the song to hit around 30 to 45 seconds. So the song that I'm writing with Kelsey is called You're Not Alone. So we're gonna work on the scratch track for that. So I've got my acoustic here, it's plugged in direct. The reason I'm plugging it in direct is so that it'll be isolated, so that I can share this part with other musicians or songwriters, and there's no bleed over. Also, if I want to sing along and so I know where I am in the song, that's also really helpful. The other thing, and we're going to jump into Logic now, is that I've already determined my timing here. I already have an app on my phone, a metronome app, and I've tapped out the timing that I want, and I've added it to my project. And then the other big thing, since sometimes it can be tricky for recording with metronome, I've added my favorite drummer track. His name is Kyle. He's from Logic. A lot of people joke around and they know the different drummers. So this one, I'm just having the shaker. So I'm going to have the shaker playing throughout the whole time that I'm recording. That way it just gives me a little extra confidence and helps me not just have that, beat, beat, beep of the metronome, but something that's a little more natural. So I'll have both the metronome and the drummer part, and it'll make it a little easier for me to record. And then after that, we'll get into some other things that I do in my Logic file. So with that, we'll get right into the recording. Okay, now that I have the acoustic recorded, I'm going to go through and just mark things out in Logic. So I've got different markers up. I'm going to start pulling some things up and make sure that I didn't miss any of this, different parts like choruses, verses, etc. Make sure I got the instrumental part right, and just mark it all out so that I can do a scratch vocal on top of that. So we are done marking out the different parts, just different color coding. I really like green for the choruses, and then just have everything stand out really well. So now I'm going to put some scratch vocals on. The big thing here is the reason I'm putting on scratch vocals is so that when I'm playing the guitar leads and synth leads and different pads and all these drum parts and stuff, that I'm not just stepping all over the vocals, that I'm giving the room that is needed for a vocal. And if it's not in there, then you don't know, and so you can't hear it. So then you kind of get into that pattern of overproducing. So it really helps you to hear it and see it. So I'm going to tackle that right now. So to recap with scratch track, the first thing is finding that tempo and getting that real solid. So like I said, I had previously used my phone with the metronome app, and I'm just playing the song through and just tapping it on my phone. Next thing is just, opening up a project in your DAW, whether that's Logic or Ableton or whatever, and getting the metronome set. And then for me personally, I love using drums just as like an easier entry into the metronome. So for Logic, right, I just had that shaker track and was just kind of rocking with that, and it helps me to really stay on time. And then the last thing is just kind of putting like a scratch vocal over top. That way you're not stepping all over the vocals, and you can kind of understand the arrangement. This also helps with organization. You saw me putting markers and things like that throughout my project, and it lays down a great foundation as you pass this on to other musicians or songwriters, and you continue on with your production. So next week, I'm going to show you just more of the tracks I'm going to add to this, and just maybe more of a streamlined demo that sounds more like something that you would hear that's released out there in the world, and that gives a great idea. For me personally, I'll use a lot of MIDI instruments and program drums for this big demo, and that way I can send it out to friends that play drums or other instruments, and they can really understand what I'm wanting to do with this and where the direction of the song is. If you like this video, I'd love if you like, comment, or subscribe to our channel. It would be really helpful and support us. And if you have some video ideas, some topics that you'd want to touch on that are in regards to recording or songwriting, we love to see them in the comments. Lastly, if you're working on a new song and you just wanted to share it with someone or just get some feedback, I'd love to hear it. You can email me a streamable link at ethan@recroomrecording.com. So we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.